What's going on, what I is saying? Welcome back to my channel, and today's video is Married at First Sight UK season 7 episodes 4 to 8. So we're finished with the second week of episodes airing, and now all couples are married and have gone on their honeymoon. So we're just gonna pick up where we left off last week, which was Laura and Richie had gotten married and Jess and PJ had gotten married. Now we have 2 other couples that have gotten married, and now all those 4 couples have gone on their honeymoons, and that's what we're going to discuss now. So we're going to just go back to Laura and Richie because we already started there, and we're going to talk about their honeymoon experience, Jess and PJ's honeymoon experience, and then we'll go to the other new couples, their wedding, and then their honeymoon experience. As well as we have now gone through the first decision days. What do they call? Commitment ceremonies. We've gone through the first set of commitment ceremonies. Now, I don't know if I had said exactly that this happens as well in the UK and Australian version of Married at First Sight. But basically, at the end of each week, they decide if they want to stay or leave. If one person says stay and the other person says leave, they both still have to stay in the relationship. So let's see how this goes. We have Laura and Richie. Remember, Laura was this lady who was married twice before, she's looking for love now. And then we have Richie, who had never been in a relationship, and we now find out that he's never said I love you to anyone. He's in his 40s. He plays the guitar, and they went to Germany, the Bavarian mountains, someplace up there. I'm not too sure that I'm saying it correctly. Bavarian mountains, I'm not sure, but it was cold, and I'm just like, who the hell leaves the UK and goes on a cold holiday or a cold honeymoon? Excuse me? No, they were breathing and I was seeing frost, and I'm like, see, that is not for me. That's not. I don't even like the heat, but I just know there is no way I'm vacationing in the cold. That's it. Like, what? Especially a honeymoon vacation. Like, you could go to ski and stuff like that, but a honeymoon vacation in the snow. Well, not the snow, in the cold. That is not for me. But they had fun. Richie is like a child. Let's have a real conversation. He is so tactile. He does what people do when they're like 17 and 18, very much like huggy in public. No, I'm explaining that incorrectly. I just don't know how to explain. Like, there's PDA and there's 17-year-old, 18-year-old PDA. He's not doing PDA like an adult. He's doing PDA like a child. Like, he's so tactile. He's like encroaching on her space. He's just hovering. And she looks like she's getting the ick, but she won't tell him. And I'm like, girl, speak up. And you're listening to him talk about, I know that you have it, so I don't have to do anything. And, you've been married before, so you know how everything would go. So I feel like I could relax and, I could mentally recoup. He's just thinking about himself. He's just thinking about himself being fine, but not thinking that she would then have to emotionally carry the relationship. And my mind is blown because I'm like, yo, Richie Rich, like, what's the problem? How can you expect that she's gonna do all the work in a relationship? You're an adult. Like, yo, and why are we pairing people that have never been in love or in a relationship, putting them on TV to be married at first sight? Like, why are we testing out our theories on people, like real life people? Like, I don't feel it's necessary. I don't feel it's a good choice to put someone that's never been in love, that's never had a relationship, and he's in his 40s, and pair them with someone else. Like, is she supposed to teach him the ways of the relationship? That is unbelievable. I don't, and honestly, every time I watch Married at First Sight UK at the moment, I'm just like, how did you guys arrive at these decisions? Like, who is applying that these were the best options? Like, who applied to Married at First Sight that these were the best options? And I'm not saying everybody there is bad, but I'm definitely saying like he was not a good option. Like the other people there that just want good options. Like, why? But anyways, that was their honeymoon process, to be honest. Like, very much Richard doesn't seem like he wants to put in the work, or realizes that he can't just expect, because she's been married twice, that she's gonna carry the relationship emotionally. That is not cute. Then we have Jess and PJ. Jess and PJ obviously is the dental hygienist and the stripper, the male stripper. So they are in the Maldives for their honeymoon. Obviously, the Maldives is a beautiful place. You know, from my mouth to God's ears, I would love to go to the Maldives. Really, really badly. So they're at the Maldives, and you know, he is trying the utmost to, you know, loosen up Jess's buttons. Loosen up my buttons, babe. But yeah, he would really like to get the libation, be libationing, and she's not here for it. And honestly, I wish she would let him know that she doesn't see him as anything more than a friend, and let him know it is because of his profession. Now, I don't think there is a problem with letting someone know that you don't think that they would walk because of the things that they do, like a job. And we're going to come to that, because at the decision or commitment ceremony, I'm going to discuss all the couples and what their decisions were. So they were going swimming, diving, I don't know, something. And the person driving the boat was like, oh, there's sharks. PJ Heart left his body. His heart came back to England, child. And she is just like, ooh, let's swim with the sharks. And he's just like, yeah, he has to go in. He has to protect. No. He freeze and stayed on land. Well, not land, child, but at least in a boat. And she jumped in the water, swim around with the sharks. And then she's upset that this black man didn't follow her into the water with the sharks. Talking about, oh, she really would like someone, a lad that would protect her. Girl, you want him to fight a fish? You want him to fight a fish? How? How are you going? How are you gonna be upset that he's not jumping in the water behind you to swim with no shark? When the shark starts to bite you, what are you supposed to do? Open up the jaws of the shark? I was like, girl, we are black. We leave wildlife for wildlife to do what wildlife does. You don't go into their territory and then try to be demanding that they don't do what wildlife does. No, I was not here for it. I was like, girl, listen, this is not about protection. This is self-preservation, and you have zero of that. Because why are you in that water with that shark? Why? So, child, you know, she said what she said. They went for a massage, and PJ was like, oh, would you like me to give a massage? And she was just like, no, you know. And I think she went to the confessionals to say it gave her the ache, or she was cringing at it or something like that. But child, yes, that was their honeymoon. Very much friendship vibes from the jump and from the get. Then we have Jenna and Zoe. So this is a new couple. We're introducing Jenna and Zoe, and their picture will be here. And Jenna and Zoe obviously is the first lesbian married couple for MAFS. And Jenna is like the more girly type, I guess. And Zoe, or Zoe, shit, I don't know how to pronounce. Is it Zoe or Zoe? I think it's Zoe. She is more like the suit, a bit more rugged, you know. But let me tell you, I love Zoe's personality. I am here for it. So let me tell you what happened. So we're at the wedding, you know, Zoe's in her suit, Jenna comes down in a dress. They have their wedding, they're having fun, whatever. We get to the table and Zoe finds out that Jenna is vegan. Let me tell you, yo, I literally was just laughing the entire episode because Zoe was really freaking out that she's vegan. So she was like, can she eat eggs? Like, no, she can't have eggs. And she was like, what? She can't have eggs? It became a whole episode about veganism. And I was laughing because, yo, I know people eat what they eat. But I couldn't date no vegan. Like, I could probably push it with a vegetarian, you know. I like tofu. I like chunks and beans. But I want cheese and egg and yogurt. I want ice cream. I want things that I like. But yo, Jenna's not here for it. She is vegan, and apparently she went straight from eating meat straight to being vegan. And I'm like, whoa, that is some one dedication and some serious commitment. So we get to the honeymoon, and they also went to Iceland, and I'm just like, is it me up there in high visor vests and thick clothes because you guys are in the snow honeymooning? Come. Guys, be making it make sense for me, because why? ¿Por qué? Why? How do you say why in Danish? That's really bad. I should be learning more Danish. But that's neither here nor there. So they're in the Iceland's child, the Icelandic mountains. And you know they're going out to dinner or lunch or something. And Zoe, God, I wish I could remember how to actually pronounce her name. I'm gonna just stick to Zoe. So Zoe is trying to order, I don't know if there was actually reindeer on the menu, but she was just like, what if she wanted to try reindeer? And Jenna's face was just like petrified. She was like, oh, she would have a problem if she ate a reindeer. Why? What difference is it eating a reindeer to a chicken or having a steak? But she didn't have the reindeer, child. She had a steak, and then I think she wanted it medium rare, and she was just like, oh, I can't have it medium rare. I need to have it medium. So she had it medium. And Jenna was in confessional saying, oh, I really wish that she had tried a vegan option. No. When you make choices like that for your life and you decide, you know, I want to eat healthier, you need to understand that the rest of the world is not you. When you meet someone and you have certain food proclivities and you want your food a certain way, it's okay to do that, but you have to understand that if you decide to fall in love or meet someone that does not have the same preferences as you when it comes to food, like, it's not your responsibility to change them. You could explain to them the benefits of, you could explain to them, you know, your choice for doing that. You could explain to them what options they might have if they wanted to. And it's that person's responsibility to potentially be open to maybe having one night, a vegan night with you. Or you know, tasting some of the food, but you can't be dictating how they eat their meats and how they eat their this because you don't do it. Like, it's not your responsibility to make them feel guilty. And I think that's what she was doing. And honestly, she didn't realize that she was doing it. I think Zoe brought it up one time that we were talking, and she was just like, you know, I feel like all they ever talk about is being vegan and vegan food. And honestly, I felt that way too. I was just like, literally, the relationship is about veganism. And I was just like, yeah, you can't build a relationship like that on that. Like, you guys need to actually have a conversation, because at this point, being vegan is not the end all be all. And if you are one of those people that feel like your partner should be eating like you need to date a vegan, or you need to date a pescatarian, or you need to date a meat eater, because you can't enforce those type of practices on people. Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't think it's even that serious. If this person wants to eat meat, let them eat meat. You eat your lettuce and beans. Like, yo, it is fine. Like, I don't understand why they be making such a big deal about it. God. Like, it really just irritates me, because I'm like, let people eat what they want to eat. Like, if they want to eat that, let them eat it. Like, that's not your business. That's it. It's their stomach, their intestines. Leave them. But yeah, so they were vegan, or talking about vegan, or being vegan, or not being vegan, child. That was their relationship. It was funny. And Zoe's reactions to all of these were hilarious. I'm really, really loving her. But other than that, it was just about being vegan, child. Then we have Keisha. I think it's Keisha. Keisha and Kwame. So Keisha is a tall, voluptuous black woman. And Kwame is he tall? He's tall. Not Keisha is probably as tall as he is. He's tall. He's a bit slim. He's dark skinned. He's chocolate, and he is Ghanaian. So Keisha, the wedding was interesting. You know, I think she looked really good. And I could just be a bit biased because I am also a curvy girl. But Keisha looked really pretty. I wish she had on a better bra though. Or her dress had a tighter bodice potentially to give her like the sisters a bit of lift, child. But other than that, I really thought, you know, that when it was nice, you know, her grandfather walked her down the aisle, you know, all that jazz. Now we get to the little honeymoon suite, the little layover before they get to where their honeymoon is. There was a bed. And there was a sofa bed. There was a sofa bed. There was a sofa bed. So someone had unwrapped the sofa bed. And this little cheeky shit, #Kwame, told Keisha that, you know, one of them can sleep on the bed. The other one can sleep on the sofa bed. And then told her she could sleep on the sofa bed. First of all, the sofa bed, like, must be this thick. By the time nobody should lie down on that, because that shit look like it was going to buckle and fall up with you. But anyways, it looked like they slept in the same bed together, child. And let's get to the point of the meat of the matter. He doesn't like her. I don't think he finds her attractive. Like, she is a beautiful girl, pretty face, you know, nice body. I just think he wished that she was a lot smaller, you know. The Kevin Samuels talking points. Watch the dress size. He wished that her dress size was a size 10. Or a size like 12. A size 12 in UK is a size 8 in the US. So yeah, he just wanted her dress size to be small. He wanted a skinny girl. He did not get a skinny girl. And I think he shows. He's talking about he wants to move slowly. And he doesn't want anything to mess up. Listen, you see Nyash, not swallow Nyash. Like, what? Talking about he wants to move slowly. Sir, you don't want to feel, smell, taste, touch. Well, all the senses, see? But yeah, I think he's not attracted to her. And she seems to be someone that is very physical. You know, she requires physical touch. And it appears to be her love language. Because she keeps saying that it's important to her. But yeah, he's not here for it. So anyways, they also went to the Maldives for their honeymoon. And they were given very much friendship vibes as well. Like, didn't seem to do anything that was really fun or romantic or, you know, to invoke any type of feelings or anything like that. It was so weird, honestly. I think Keisha came back with the feeling that, you know, like, if this is just a friendship vibes, like, she and him could be very good friends, but it can't be anything more because she requires more and he's unwilling to give it. So anyways, you know, they made it to, like, their first couple dinner. All the couples meet up for dinner and, you know, they're just giving feedback on how their honeymoon was, how their wedding was, and let me let you guys know. So we had April and George. If you don't remember who April and George are, here they are. We have April and George, and he was telling everybody with an air, and whoever is willing to listen, that April was lipsing off some girl in Jamaica because of being in the hot tub or whatever the case may be. Shanita and Jordan, they're happy in their relationship. They have consummated their marriage. You know, they're doing really well. We have Whitney and Duka. Lord Jesus. Whitney still has no manners. Duka is Duka. We have Thomas and Adrian. They seem to have solved things and sorted things out. They are happy. You know, they are smiling and laughing with each other. We have Laura and Richie. Richie believes this match was made by the gods. Laura is not too sure. Let's be real. We have Jess and PJ. PJ is in love and trying. And Jess is very much like, this is my broski. We have Jenna and Zoe. Zoe came, Jenna did not. At first, I was just like, look how Zoe done left Jenna in the Icelandic mountains. She ain't coming back. You know, Zoe's out here eating reindeer with blood coming out of it because it's only medium rare. But no, Jenna had COVID, so she stayed home. She stayed home. That's fine. And then we have Keisha and Kwame. And Kwame's out here giving himself Prosecco. And here it is. He sit down, have a glass for himself. He doesn't grab his wife a glass. He doesn't offer her a drink. And when she gets up to get herself a drink, she decides, well, shit, I don't want a Prosecco. I want beer. He tells her, oh, she should have Prosecco. If she should have had Prosecco, why didn't you give her a glass? Let's start there. Secondly, he then tells her, oh, because she's having beer, that's unbecoming. Unbecoming of who? Yo. That comment pissed me off because I don't understand. It's not like she didn't chug the bottle to her head. She literally poured the beer out into a glass. Women can't drink beer now? I am so confused. But that was that. You know, they had their dinner. They had the little blow-ups. Duka was warned by Whitney not to go and be a... whatever she be calling him, like basically a show off. And he got up to give a speech to tell everybody, you know, find law, da, da, da. And to be fair, he didn't have to say none of that because it didn't add real value to the meal, but he did. And Whitney looked so upset. I was just like, Jesus. But anyways, in the next scene or next episode, we now have the commitment ceremony. I'm only going to talk about some people's commitment ceremonies because it's not necessary, just because all of the couples are remaining. We will talk about April and George. April did she end up crying or saying that she didn't realize that, you know, George felt so bad about it, about the whole kissing in the hot tub saga, and she was just basically like, they kind of know what their boundaries are now, so she'll respect that. Let's talk about Laura and Richie. Laura actually opened up and said, you know, she feels like she has to carry the relationship emotionally. And Richie was stunned because, you know, Richie was thinking that, you know, they had a perfect old time when Laura has a problem. And Richie was just like, I didn't expect her to say that because I thought that, you know, we were going strong, and I wish she had told me from before. But he's like, no, that I've been told, I know what I need to do. So that was a very good way to accept criticism and work on it. We have Keisha and Kwame. Both of them said stay, which I was surprised at. But you know, Kwame has been basically challenged to, you know, like actually try to build that intimacy and try. But Keisha is very much like, she feels like it's a friendship. So I don't know why they haven't left, but you know, they've decided to stay. Then we go to Jess and PJ. And you know, one of the questions that was asked to Jess, which I think is so unfair, was she was asked, does she feel like she's better than PJ? And I was doing some cooking and I was yelling out, just tell them yes. And the reason I say tell them yes is not that she's better than him as a person, but you know, their morals don't align. And it's not that she's better than him, but she can want more for herself. Like, she can decide that I don't want to date a stripper. I do not think there's anything wrong with her making that decision. And for them to make it seem as if her necessarily not wanting that or like friend zoning him is an issue or is unacceptable because she's making that decision based on his job description, I think it's downright disrespectful, because she's allowed to want what she wants. She said she wanted to come in with someone that already had their own place, you know, that was ready to like actually make a family and do these things. He's not ready to do any of that. Like I said, this man lives at home with his mother. We don't know if he can pay bills. We don't know if he's making enough money to pay bills. We don't know what his contribution to any of this is. And he has a kid. This is someone that is even supposed to be having his own space so his child can sleep over on the weekends or the weekdays. Like, she is allowed to not want him, and that is fine. Their morals do not align. And that is okay. And this is why I don't understand why she stayed, because I would have left him at the altar. Yo, I really don't understand why we have a problem in the UK with being honest about things. Like, it is okay to have a choice, and it's okay to voice your opinion of your choice as long as you're doing it respectfully. She doesn't need to shit on him or his job, but she can explain to him, like, yo, our morals just don't align. Like, I don't want to be with someone that does that, and that is okay. I don't see anything wrong with that. But she didn't. She decided to stay. Okay, that's on her, and I guess that's fine. Then we have Whitney and Duca. Whitney ended up crying on the couch, you know, but Whitney spilled some tea. Whitney was like, Duca has been saying off camera that when he leaves this experiment thing, he's gonna be getting all the girls. Duca, let me find out you on here for the Paswali. Like, what? So all this time we're having a go at Whitney, which we should, because she still has the manners. She is rude. She's very much dismissive, even though, and she's dismissive while Duca seems like he's the one trying. But she didn't make this up. So Duca, why are you out here pretending behind cameras? But we need to see how this plays out, because when she blew up and walked out, child, it looked like she left her energy in the room. Andrew and Thomas now arguing. Who vex. The group is divided, because some people are on her side, some people are on his side. Child, the whole thing turn up, and then they cut it out. So we have to wait until Monday to find out, well, what happens at the end of this commitment ceremony in terms of what was the resolve, because she wrote to leave, he wrote to stay, and they've given her 24 hours to decide whether or not she actually wants to remain in the experiment. So after that 24 hours, we're gonna find out if Whitney is here for the shenanigans or she wants to go home, because Duca said he's staying, and there was a look on her face that said, oh, she seemed surprised that he would stay for her. So we'll see if she decides to stay and walk it out with him. So guys, this is the end of my review. Like every other video, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. In the comment section, tell me what you think about these couples and what the experts and who the experts, sorry, has chosen for this season of Married at First Sight. Because honestly, it looks like they came for all of the drama, and some of these people should not have been on this show. Some people need therapy, others just a lost cause to an extent. But you know, let's see. Tell me what you think, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.